Bro, y'all ain't got nothing in the hood. I look like a dope boy to you? No, I ain't, like, come on, bro.
You know, I trust in God to deal with it the way that he see fit. You know what I mean? It ain't really shit outside. You know, he done got all the whoopings, he done got the punishment, he done did it, he done, you know, did everything as a child you could do to him. So now he gonna have to go through it. He gonna have to go through it and get through it. And ain't nothing me, his mama, or nobody else gonna.
T.I.'s worst nightmare just came true. After years of trying to straighten King up, there's now no going back after a judge sentenced him to 5 years in prison. To make things even worse, King blames his family for his arrest and reportedly filed a nasty $25 million lawsuit demanding for half of their estate. It turns out they cut him off after his arrest, and this sent him off the edge.
I know you. I know you. I know you though.
It's like all the bad decisions he's been making finally caught up to him, and T.I. is done trying to protect him. T.I. predicted back in 2022 that King was going to end up doing some prison time if he didn't stop this fake gangster foolishness he was on. And baby, he was spot on.
And stop hitting me and getting in my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay? I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas, his ass going to prison. If he goddamn keep that shit up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean?
This entire mess went down back in October of last year when King was pulled over in Dunwoody, Georgia after almost hitting a police officer while pulling out of a gas station. This prompted the officer to stop him because, I mean, he quite literally almost took his life. However, this is when things went from bad to worse for King, because when the officer approached the car, he was hit with the raging smell of weed coming from King's car. He was high as a kite, and that's why he almost hit the officer. To make matters even worse, the officer also spotted a firearm on King's hip. Now, since this happened in Georgia, he couldn't arrest King for the substance, but the firearm found with him meant he had to run King's information through the system, and that's exactly what he did. King was asked to step out and handcuffed while the officer ran his information in the system. Turns out King had a warrant out for his arrest from Pickens County for failing to appear in court in connection to his 2022 charges, which included speeding, driving with a suspended license, and a DUI. When the officer was interviewed, he said, "I informed Mr. Harris that I would need to speak with him outside and open the driver's side door. I removed the firearm from his hip with no issue. I then had Mr. Harris step out of the vehicle, and I detained him by placing handcuffs on him. I escorted Mr. Harris to my patrol vehicle, conducted a pat-down, and placed him into the rear of my vehicle. King was in the car with 2 other guys, but he was the only person arrested. What made this arrest even messier was the fact that at the time it happened, he was expecting a kid with his baby mama, Janijah.
And he just became a father, so I got 2 grandchildren now.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, I got 2 granddaughters. I got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me.
The body cam footage of the arrest recently came out after almost a year of his arrest, and it showed King being the usual crash out that he is. In the released body cam footage, you can see that he was trying his absolute best to stay calm because he knew he couldn't just yap his way out of this, but he was still visibly agitated by the whole thing.
Straight. I guess I'm in DeKalb County for the night, and they moving me they moving me all the way to Jasper in the morning.
Crazy enough, while T.I. was working overtime to save King from getting caught up in the mess he's currently in, King was fighting him. You cannot make this up. Do y'all remember that he got into a physical altercation with T.I. at Atlanta Falcons' NFL game, and the whole thing went down on an IG Live? At the beginning of the video, T.I. could be heard saying, "King, have you ever woke up with a roach on your face?" Tiny later snatched the phone from King and revealed that when King was 12, he was sucking a pacifier, and when they didn't allow him to have his way, he cried like a baby.
King, have you ever woke up with a roach on your face?
Period. No, that's not the goal.
All right, then. So man, go.
Or in your ear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I had some in the neighborhood with me that broke up with roach in your ear. Y'all want to go to the bando in my neighborhood? Do y'all want to go to the bando? Do y'all want to go to the bando? To make him look better, he said he know not true. Silver spoon, I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life.
No, I'm gonna tell you the reason why he want to be over there. there. Y'all ready? Cause he can suck and pacify over there. Till he was 12 years old. He was sucking pacify.
I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business. You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself. You embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. Man, what is she talking about?
Get off me, like, man, get off me,
Well, you can't do nothing with me. Ain't shit you can do with me.
This was super embarrassing for everyone involved because it showed that King was a spoiled brat who is clearly desperately trying to be a thug because he thinks it makes him tough. And it's embarrassing for T.I. and Tiny because they clearly did a terrible job raising him. And now instead of him stepping into fatherhood, he's facing 5 years in prison. People actually thought that maybe this kid was exactly what he needed to turn his life around. But clearly King is way too far gone for a baby to chase him. At some point, it became clear that T.I. and Tiny didn't even know how to handle their own son. I mean, he's literally fighting them in public, pulling up on people, and almost slamming a cop with his car. This is someone who is out of control, and now it's too late to save him. 5 years is no joke. That's half a decade of his life behind bars. T.I. literally said back in 2022 that he knew for sure that King was going to land himself in prison and that he had already come to peace with it. If that doesn't sound like a defeated dad to you, then I don't know what is.
Stop hitting me and getting in my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay? I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas? His ass going to prison. If he goddamn keep that shit up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had that conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Because I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's going to turn out. You can.
May I take a selfie with you?
No, go ahead.
Please,
I'm in the middle of something. I'm in the middle of something, but go ahead. This is more important. Go ahead. Come on.
Thank you.
All right, take it easy. Yeah. So I done already had that conversation with him, man. King's a good kid, chasing after the wrong shit. And, you know, I trust in God to deal with it the way that he see fit. You know what I mean? It ain't really shit else out. You know, he done got all the whippings, he done got the punishment, he done did it, he done, you know, did everything as a child you could do to him. So now he gonna have to go through it. He gonna have to go through it and get through it. And ain't nothing me, his mama, or nobody else gonna be able to say about it, man. But I'ma love him all the way through whatever it is he going through. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, he gonna learn his lessons. Life gonna, ain't no, you know what I mean? Life is gonna teach him all the lessons that he need to know.
But that's not even the worst part. Sources close to T.I. and Tiny are claiming that they recently got into it with King after they cut him off and stopped paying his lawyer fees. Apparently, they told him that they will still be helping his baby mama's table care for their son. However, King will have to face this 5-year sentence by himself and get his life together. King, on the other hand, isn't having it, and he is reportedly planning to sue his parents for 50% of their estate. He is obviously not going to win this because he's not entitled to his parents' money. He's desperate right now, and he's doing everything he can to force T.I. to come through for him. However, it's safe to say that the train has left the station. If T.I. wasn't successful at raising King, he's going to put his attention into making sure his grandson comes out better than King. One person said, "Kid looks like a big mouth bass and need to grow up. Parenting is obviously not working. Some kids can't be saved." Another person said, "After that last video of him being a punk to employees, I already knew this kid was going down a dark path. Was given everything he could have ever wanted, but wasn't good enough. Isn't T.I.'s fault? It's his fault. No more we out here nah, you locked up little boy." But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about King getting sentenced to 5 years? And do you think T.I. was right for cutting him off? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.